to Faith Matters Now. I'm Father Edward Beck in New York. The recent Hurricane Gustav once again focused our attention on the New Orleans region. The devastation of Katrina is still felt, and cleanup now continues from Gustav. Now, many schools there were affected by Katrina, and some never even reopened. What we want to do today is focus on one remarkable school that did reopen and its undaunted spirit. St. Augustine High School is an all-boys Catholic school run by the Josephite Fathers and Brothers, and it was founded for young African-American men from New Orleans. The first of its kind, by the way. It is the leading secondary school for black males in Louisiana, and it's nationally recognized for its success in preparing students for higher education. I'm really happy to be joined today by the founding principal of the school, Father Matthew O'Rourke, who joins us from Baltimore, and the present principal, Father John Raphael, who joins us from New Orleans. Fathers, welcome to Faith Matters Now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Father O'Rourke, I want to begin with you. Can you tell me, you got a call that your community, the Josephites, were going to be starting this school, and what did you feel like? What did you think about this mission of a high school for African-American males?
Well, it was a very exciting time for us. I was named the first principal, and 4 other young Josephites were assigned to the staff. And we got together to plan the program for the school. And we were very conscious of the fact that this was a time, 1951 to 60, was a period of transition in the black community. It was a time of segregation, and it was our opportunity now to help these young men face the question of segregation and do something affirmatively about it.
Now, didn't the high school itself also get involved in athletics, desegregation of athletics?
That came at a later time. In the 1960s and 1970s, the Father Grant was the principal at the time, and the school brought a case against the LSHAA, the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, which required that all schools contending against each other either be white or black. And Father Grant brought the case against the LSHAA and successfully won that case in court and desegregated athletics not only for St. Augustine but for all the high schools across the state of Louisiana.
Now let me bring in for a second here Father Raphael. You're the present principal of St. Augustine. You were actually on the campus grounds when Katrina hit for that hurricane. The school was pretty much destroyed and had to be rebuilt afterward?
Yes, we had about $4 million in damage. The first floor right across the building was destroyed. We lost all of our equipment, books, etc. And the school actually housed about 200 evacuees from the neighborhood on the second floor of our school. So one can imagine the aftermath of that many folks without water or electricity for 4 days.
And then when the school closed, then for a whole year, you joined with 3 other schools and kept the school running in another building for a year. You reopened.
Yes, we reopened in the fall of 2006 after a semester with St. Mary's Academy and Xavier Preparatory, 2 African-American Catholic girls' schools. We were able to fully reopen in the fall of 2006 after a massive cleanup effort.
Now, from what I read, it's a very successful school. I mean, you get all kinds of President's Awards. You have been awarded National Merit Scholarships. 90% of your graduates go on to college. It's much higher than the average state rate there is 56%. What do you attribute the success of this school to?
We were always driven to excellence in academics, in athletics, extracurricular activities, and this has been the hallmark of the school, and it was the spirit that brought us back after Katrina.
Father O'Rourke, I understand that you're now 89 years old, if you don't mind my saying so. And
that's right.
I understand that you were a pretty tough disciplinarian, and that was really a main ingredient of why this school was so successful. Do you agree with that?
I was very gentle disciplinarian. However, from the beginning, we were determined to keep the school in order because there is no learning unless there is order. And so in order to convince the student body that they were to aspire for development intellectually, then we required that there be a very orderly process and a tight discipline.
Father Raphael, is the school presently predominantly African American males?
Yes, the school is 100% African American males. It's the tradition here. Of course, we're open to any students who would like to apply, and we have had non-African American students, but overwhelmingly, it's African American families who choose to send their sons to St. Augustine, particularly those who have family ties to the school.
And is the future for the school a bright one?
I think we have a very bright future. Katrina has shown us again the resiliency of the school. Gustav is a sort of a minor inconvenience compared to Katrina, thanks be to God, in that we were spared catastrophic damage. But we are so proud of our students, and our students imbibing the traditions of St. Augustine High School. So we are indeed looking forward to a very bright and productive future, continuing St. Augustine's traditions of excellence.
And I hope so as well, and that you weather the coming storms just as well as you've weathered these. Thank you both, fathers, for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's been wonderful talking with you.
Thank you very much, Father, for having us.
Thank you, brother.